Good morning, class. Today we're going to be learning the Stupefying Charm, also known as the Stunning Spell. This spell will render your targets immobile for quite some time. Who's ready to learn? Thanks, Professor Flitwick. So to start off, we're going to need an anvil and a structure block. The anvil we can get right out of our creative menu. Just go to the player items here. And then for the structure block, we're going to need to type into our chat bar /give@s structure_block. It's going to pop right up into your hotbar there. Go ahead and place it down, and we're going to adjust all of these size settings to be 1 instead of 5. And then you're going to switch the Y offset from -1 to +1. You'll have one single square here. And then when you leave, you'll see the bounding box sitting above the structure block like so. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and grab a stack of sticks. I definitely recommend a stack. You're going to want more than one. Every time you cast a spell, we're going to be destroying a stick. That way you can actually include how many spells you're allowed to use for each one. We're going to take that stack of sticks inside of the anvil. We're going to place it down, and I'm going to rename this Stupefy. And then we're going to take out all the named sticks, and you'll see that I actually had an abundance of these already. And then you're going to take one of those named sticks, and you're going to drop it down on the structure block like so. Make sure that it's floating on the bounding box, and don't get too close so you don't pick it up. And then you're going to click inside, and you should be able to see your named stick dancing around inside the box. As you can see, we're going to name this Stupefy. Go ahead and click save. Next, we're going to get a sticky piston, a redstone comparator, and a block of redstone out of the player section of the creative inventory. And then we're also going to be getting a command block /give@s command_block. It's going to pop right in. Now, one thing I do want to point out is make sure that your arrows are all pointing in the correct direction like mine are. This is very important, especially when we're using chain command blocks. Make sure the arrows are all correct. And we're going to be starting off up here with a repeating, unconditional, always active command block. And this one here is going to have a 5-tick delay. And that will be /execute @e name equals Stupefy, run tag @pr=2 add caster. So when the stick that's named Stupefy gets dropped, which if you're on PC, I believe you're going to be clicking Q. It's right next to your movement keys. If you're on console, I believe it's B or O. If you're on mobile, you just click and hold it on your inventory. On every version of Bedrock, it's really easy to do this. But when you do that, it's going to tag the player that's dropping it. Since you're going to be the closest player within a range of 2, you're going to get the caster tag. And then here, change to that chain conditional always active. /execute @a tag equals caster run kill @e name equals Stupefy r=2. So when I drop that stick, it makes me the tagged caster, and then it's going to get rid of the stick. And that essentially just makes it look like I'm flicking the stick. Next up, I have a repeating unconditional always active command block /execute @a tag equals caster, which is now you, unless entity @e name equals stun, run summon armor stand stun _1 -1. So we're going to execute at our position unless this entity is already in existence, which it shouldn't be the first time. And then it's going to run summon. It will summon an armor stand named stun. It's going to be 1 block up from the ground and 1 block behind you, and that'll be based on your camera view. That's what the carrots are for. So if there is no stun, it'll summon it in. This just ensures that it's only going to run once. As soon as you get the armor stand in the first time, this will not run again. So you'll have 1 armor stand that gets summoned per spellcast. And then here, chain unconditional always active, make sure that is unconditional. /execute @e name equals stun @s rotated as @a tag equals caster. So we're executing as the armor stands that we just summoned and at its position, but we're going to be rotated as ourself. So the armor stand should be rotated as us. And then we're going to run TP @s _2 facing _5 true. So we're going to shoot that armor stand forward 2 based on our camera view, and it's always going to be facing even farther forward again based on our camera view. And we're going to use true here, so that this spell will not pass through objects. When it hits something, it will stop. And then we have a comparator here into a sticky piston with a redstone block on it. So when I fire this is actually going to power the sticky piston, and that redstone block will get pushed out. When the armor stand hits an object and it can no longer move forward, this redstone block will retract, and then it'll power this chain. This is an impulse, unconditional, needs redstone command block, no delay, /kill at E, name equals stun. That's the armor stand. And then here, chain conditional, always active, /tag at A, tag equals caster, remove caster. Caster is just a temporary tag that we use when we cast a spell. That way we can locate who is actually the entity casting the spell. Heading up here, I have a repeating, unconditional, always active command block, /execute as at E, name equals stun, at S, run effect. So we're going to execute as the entity named stun, that's the armor stand, and we're going to execute at its position. What we're going to do is we're going to run effect, and any entity within a range of 2 blocks that's not the caster, tag equals !caster, that's also not the armor stand itself, name equals !stun. That entity is going to get slowness for 60 seconds at level 20, and it's going to be true because I don't want the particle effects on the entity. So for a minute, a whole minute, that entity will not be able to move from that block. Now chained to that, chain conditional always active, /kill at E, name equals stun, and on this one here, no delay. Chained to that, chain conditional always active, /tag at A, tag equals caster, remove caster. So again, anytime we kill the armor stand named stun, we're also going to want to make sure that we remove that caster tag. On this one, I do have a delay of 5. Now these are both repeating, always active. They do not need to be touching each other. I was just trying to keep this within a limited space. So this one here is repeating, unconditional, always active, /execute at E, name equals stun, so that's the armor stand, run particle. Minecraft, obsidian, glow dust particle, ~0.5. So that's going to give the red particle effect to the spell, because we know from the books that Stupefy, as well as from, I believe it's the 4th Harry Potter movie, when the Aurors show up after the Dark Mark gets cast at the World Tournament, but we get to see there that the spells are red. Stupefy is a red spell. So we're going to use obsidian glow dust particle for that. And then the other, repeating, unconditional, always active, /effects at E, name equals stun, invisibility 1/1 true. This keeps the armor stand invisible. Now here, we're coming to the last chain. I have a repeating, unconditional, always active command block, /execute at A, tag equals caster, run kill, at E, name equals stun, RM equals 70. So executing at our position, us the one using the spell, it's going to run kill at the armor stand only when it's a minimum of 70 blocks away. So the bedrock version of Minecraft has a limitation on how far away your entities can actually be spawned in. This is going to erase the armor stand before it hits that boundary, just so that we don't have any extra armor stands flying around named stun, because that can and will screw up your commands. And then here, chain conditional always active, again /tag at A, tag equals caster, remove caster. Anytime we want to kill that armor stand, we're going to remove that tag. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a video. I post all the time. This is BrownCode67. I'll catch you next time.